This is the new Osight SE, a budget-friendly enclosed emitter micro-reflex sight with an RMSc footprint and a user-replaceable battery. But wait, this looks exactly the same as the old Osight SE. Well, that's right, except that now the reticle comes in green. Let me know in the comments if you think green is better than red, or if you think they should have just added a feature that lets you switch the color. But in any case, let's take a closer look at the new Osight SE GN. Let me start with a quick unboxing, and then let's just see the contents of the box. This is the Osight SE, and if you're filled with a little deja vu, it's because I've tested and reviewed the SE before a few months ago, but this is different. This is the Osight SE GN, and that means it has now a green reticle instead of the red reticle. That's great for folks with astigmatism, or if you just prefer green for greater visibility in daylight. It essentially is unchanged and identical to the original SE, the red dot SE version of this. It's a very small little reflex sight that is less than 2 inches long, about an inch wide, and about an inch tall. It has an RMSc footprint, so that mounts onto compact carry-sized slides, and it is an enclosed emitter. So something this small and also an enclosed emitter. It has a rear pane here, and that protects your rear reflex lens on the inside from getting contaminated from rain, mud, dust, or whatever. If you've ever had to deal with rain on the inside of a regular reflex sight, you know that it's nearly impossible to clean off unless you're in totally dry conditions with a nice dry towel or something. This one has a protective pane on the back, and that is much easier to clean off with pouring some water on there and just wiping that off, and it will not affect the sharpness or the clarity of your reticle. So yeah, you're back in the fight much quicker. Now, you might notice that it is a little hard to see the reticle. It's because it's a little too close. The table's a little too close, and it can't focus this close to the reticle. But we'll take a look at that at the range at a little bit greater distance. But you can see that you can adjust, even though it's a little blurry, you'll be able to see that you can adjust the brightness of that reticle by using your side buttons here, plus and minus for brighter or less bright, and if you press both of them, it'll turn it manually off. But if you leave it alone and don't move it for about 4 minutes, it will go into sleep mode, and that reticle will turn off to conserve battery life. And with the 2 MOA dot at its lowest visible setting, which I think is number 3, this is rated to run for 100,000 hours. That's right, 100,000. That's over 10 years of standby time on this, and that is just very, very outstanding. Of course, by that time you'll probably switch to some other new gadget. So, but yeah, off of one battery, that is quite a feat, in my opinion. And you can change your reticle type from the 2 MOA dot to your 32 MOA circle, or circle and dot, by just pressing the minus button for 3 or more seconds, and that switches the type of reticle that you have. Again, you can't really see that very clearly because we're much too close with this table here. But when you first get it, it will have this plastic insert on the battery tray that's to block the battery from coming into contact with the unit and draining while in storage and transit. So you'll need to unscrew the battery tray, and it's a 1620 coin battery in there. But you'll need to unscrew that set screw there and then pry open your battery tray to get at it. It does come with this cool little tool to do that. It has a flathead on one end, and a Torx screw in the other. The Torx is for screwing down your mounting screws to get this onto your slide. But you use the flathead to unscrew your tray screw and to pry open the tray, as well as to adjust your windage and your elevation. Now let's take a look at or listen to the windage and elevation. So audible, tactile positive on our windage. Same with our elevation. So really nice, really well put together, solid construction made with Osight's proprietary aluminum alloy, very tough And in my experience, this is a really well-made, well-designed, very small enclosed emitter red dot. So we're going to get this mounted up, and we'll take it out to the range and test it out next. We're looking at our target board 15 yards away, and you can see the dot floating in between frames 6 and 7. And as I move the camera around, you can see that the dot stays in place, so the parallax is very good. And as I move the dot near the edges of the lens frame, there's no distortion. You can see your reticle there. We have the circle and dot. And if you press the rear button for 3 or 4 seconds, you get the 3 MOA dot. Press it again, and you got your circle. Press it again, you got your circle and dot. And you can adjust the brightness and all the way up. When you get to the top, brightest, it will blink if you keep on pressing it. Before we talk about the Osight SE-GN, I just want to remind you to hit the like and subscribe buttons right now. It just takes a second and it's absolutely free. And I'd also like to thank Osight for sending out the Osight GN, Osight in green, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's the Osight, which I've reviewed a few months ago, and you can find a link to that review in this video's description, but now it's in green, which is great if you have astigmatism or you just prefer green color for greater visibility, but it has all the same great features as the SE. It has 7075 aluminum in the body for super durability. It has multiple reticles that you could change, and it has a user replaceable battery in a tray, standard coin battery, and it runs for up to 75,000 hours, which is over 7 years. And let's be honest, then between now and 7 years, you're probably going to replace your optic anyway before the battery dies because of some new hotness. Remember when all of us replaced our red dots with shake awake red dots? Not because there was anything particularly wrong with our old red dots, but because everybody wanted shake awake. I'm guessing probably something like that's going to happen in the next 5-7 years. But let me know in the comments if you think that is a fair prediction or not. But if you are interested in picking up one of these great enclosed emitter red dots, they're very affordable. In fact, they're under $200. And Amazon right now, they're like $170. Let me know in the comments, actually, because, you know, prices change, tariffs, whatever. Let me know in the comments what it's going for in your neck of the woods. That'll also be very helpful for everybody reading the comments in the world. But if you're interested in learning more about this product, check out the links in the video description. Of course, you can always check out my website at moondogindustries.com for product specs. So thanks for checking out those links, and thanks for checking out this video. God bless. Moondog out. What did you think of the video? Leave me a comment, and you can always chat with me on X, Facebook, or Instagram. You can find useful links in the video description and check out my other videos, channels, and my website, moondogindustries.com.